graph of y equals x squared minus 4x over x minus 3 and its two asymptotes is shown below. Determine the equation of both asymptotes. I'm just going to work up here. Well, clearly one of them is going to be x equals 3, and that's our vertical asymptote. And that's just because we can't have 0 on the bottom. Now, to find the other asymptote, we could do this by division. So I've got x squared minus 4x plus 0. So x times x gives me x squared minus 3x, that's minus x plus 0, and x to get negative x is negative 1. We don't need to go on from there. We can say y equals x minus 1 is the other asymptote. Okay, so on the axis below, sketch the graph of y equals x minus 3 over x squared minus 4x. So that's the other way around, it's the other way up. So that's going to be x minus 3 over x minus 4. So we've got an asymptote here at x equals 0. We've got an asymptote at x equals 4. And 3 is going to be a 0 for the function. So let's think about being in this portion of the graph up here. So everything's going to be positive. X minus 3 will be positive, x will be positive, x minus 4 will be positive. So the whole thing's positive. Close to x equals 4, the bottom's going to be close to 0, so it's going to be up here. But then as x gets bigger, you've got an x squared on the bottom, so it's going to tend to 0, so it's going to go like this. In between here, the x minus 3 is positive, the x is positive, but x minus 4 will be negative, so the graph will be negative. So it's going to come in along the asymptote through here. And then it's going to be positive up until the next asymptote. So it must go like this. And then this last portion over here, everything's negative. So negative over negative times negative, that's going to be negative. So it's got to do something like this. Now it may well be that we might need to be a bit more accurate with some of the bits, but generally that's the shape. On the axes below, sketch the graph of y equals x squared minus 4 mod x over mod x minus 3. Okay, so that's this one, but with a mod x there and there, and of course it doesn't matter whether we have a mod x there or not, because we're squaring. Now if you do an f of mod x, what you get is a reflection in the y-axis. So what we're going to have is the x equals 3 asymptote, like so. The other asymptote was y equals x minus 1. So that's going to go like that. So that's y equals x minus 1. Now what did the original curve look like? So this must be at 4, just think about that, makes the top 0. So it's going to do this type of thing. And then the next portion of it came down there, like that. So we know that that's going to do that. And then we get a reflection in the y-axis. So in other words, -3 is also going to be an asymptote, so it's going to do that. We haven't got much room for this bit, but it's going to do that. And that's that part reflected.